Hi, this is Jürgen Rasmussen. I'm wondering, have you ever experienced rage? Like rage deep in your bones? If you have, you're probably aware that rage can be somewhat addictive. I've met quite a few clients who have struggled with rage, and some of these people have indeed been royally screwed over. And sometimes they haven't. But the rage can be just as intense. It's really useful to understand something about the psychology of rage. Because when people experience rage over time, it can be detrimental to their health, to their relationships, and to their sense of well being moment by moment. So, why do people keep engaging in rage? Why do people rage over time? Well, here's the trick: rage gives us a kind of pseudo power. It gives us a sense of agency, of, of power, of being right, of being in control in a sense. And that can be extremely addictive in a sense when people are in life situations or have been subjected to events that they can't change. It might be the person who was run over by the drunk driver and now has to spend the rest of their life in a wheelchair. It might be the person whose child was abducted and murdered, or some other tragedy. The reality is, there are many things in life we can't do anything about. Things that have happened, we cannot undo. And some of these things we cannot repair, no matter how hard we might want to or might want to intend it. And it can seem terrifying to truly embrace and to truly surrender into the reality of just how raw and unpredictable life itself can be. To avoid that, to avoid really facing the raw unpredictability of life, some of us at times cling to rage because in that state, it gives us, again, as I said, a kind of pseudo power. It's not actually power, but it gives the sense of agency and the sense of control in a context where we actually have none. And given the thinking that looks real to us in the moment, that might seem preferable to actually surrendering. Now, if this is you, if you're consumed by rage, it is these demands that, life must be fair or life must be just or people must be in a particular way or life should have gone in a particular way that we're kind of clinging to in the hope that if we only demand this strongly enough or intend this strongly enough, then we can somehow have that agency. If you truly want to resolve this, see it for what it is and just explore the notion of just surrendering to life, just surrendering to the fact that it can't be undone. Life is raw, life is unpredictable, and the control and the agency that you demand, the fairness and the justice that you demand, just isn't there. There's a freedom in that. There's a psychological freedom in that. That doesn't mean that you don't do what you can if there is something to be done. The emotion of anger can sometimes be a driver to help us set boundaries or to assert ourselves or to get justice, right? Or to make things right. And you do that to the extent that you can. It's just that the raging is a hopeless project because it's always about demanding justice, demanding that the world be a particular way, demanding that people appear to you in a particular way, when in reality, it doesn't work that way. It's about clinging to that illusion of control, an illusion of agency, and the illusion of power when the reality is that we have none. And for a long time, it can seem as if we're better served by addicting ourselves to that illusion. But simultaneously, there's a tremendous relief in daring to surrender, daring to just acknowledge the reality that life just emerges. There's no one running the show, and nothing could have been any different. I hope these reflections were useful to you. If you struggle with rage or anger, um, or some other issue, and you're curious if you and I could be a good fit as a team, I invite you to reach out to me at provocativehypnosis.com. That also obviously goes for mentoring. And as always, thanks for listening.